Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Down to it. Fuck those who don't do it how we do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker.
Drink!
One.
Winter, come on now.
David, you be working.
Deja, we know you weren't working on upper body when you was working out. Come on, let me see what you got, Winter. Winter, what is that?
I'm in this plane.
What a card at, man. These people here.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be
Along
as
a
bright
toddler
as
has
the
been missing
sun.
in Savannah.
And as you come around, and it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh, I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family. Hey, thank you guys for showing up today. I'm not feeling so well, so I've been laying down and I'm just now getting up, so I'm not gonna show my face. We are Cody's Voices in the building. We got Lisa Taylor, we got Ruby Turner, Tina Power, Sanja Watts, Molly's in the building, Nancy LaRose, Miss Philly G. Yes. We got Diane Harrison here and Sanja Watts. And then over here in percussion, we got Amari, Purple D, Woke the God, Lisa Taylor, Didi is in the building. You guys, I got something to share with you guys. I wasn't going to come on because I'm not feeling too good. I really need to go take me some DM rubber testing. There's viruses going around and just keep washing your hands. Keep washing your hands. These viruses that's going around, I don't know. I'm being sick, and I'm getting sicker again. I feel like crap, but I'm here today. We're going to talk a little bit because I want to share something with you guys. I want to share something before. I want this to be on your mind. I learned something, and it's sad that I can't even show my face to show this because I know everybody else is going to jump on the bandwagon, and they're going to be like, yeah, breaking news, or yeah, I know this, or this, that, and the other. You guys are going to hear it first over here, okay? You're going to hear it first over here. I heard something on the Tyrese case, and I looked it up to see if it's going to be true. You know, like, could this happen or whatever? And, you know, to my surprise, I believe this is where this case is going. So I'm going to share with you what I learned, what I know, and where it's going. A lot of the officers that pleaded not guilty, lawyers spoke up. They spoke for their client. Emmett, the third lawyer, is asking for them to preserve evidence. We talked about that the other day, where he wants to preserve, you know, contraband, drugs, videos, recordings, you know, all this stuff. Like, hey, you know, if you're gonna, you know, like he's ready to tell or whatever. But they all walked in there and pleaded not guilty. I could not find Demetrius. Demetrius was standing right there in front of us. He stood there right in front of him. He's the only one that did not have a mask on, you guys. He was acting like he was an attorney. He had his hands to the front of him like, yeah, you know, I'm not no punk. I'm going to take this. I'm not guilty. Y'all better say y'all not guilty too. Okay? Anywho's. I don't know why they sitting there telling me about the March schedule. Girl, they ain't going to put me on no schedule. Do what you do. For real. So, let's get into some of the stuff that is now going to start coming out. I want you guys to be educated. I've had people sometimes come back and say, you know, you were sure right. Well, you know what? If you live a little longer, you'll see that the people that listen to their elders and the older people, and they sit back and watch and analyze, and they have a memory like an elephant, and they remember stuff. It's not nothing new under the sun. You see this all the time. But what we do, we get all emotional, involved in the case, in the conversation, in other chats, what we see. And then we want to act a fool too. We want to act like we don't understand. You know, sometimes, you know, you do understand what's going on. Now, you know, and I'm not going to be surprised. I'm not going to be surprised if all these officers need to go to jail. I'm just going to tell you that's how I feel about it. I'm not going to sit there. I mean, that's just my opinion. My opinion don't weigh nothing when it comes to the courts. Your opinion don't mean nothing. But we support by clicking on when we're talking about this case. And I do want to talk about it. I'm going to tell you something. You know, we want justice. We want justice. And most of us go somewhere else and get the rundown, or think they know what the rundown is. But I'm going to tell you something. You know, my mama always told me, you know, don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. All right, if you heard that, put a 1 in the chat. If your mama told you that, or if your daddy told you that, or your grandma told you that, put a 1 in the chat, and then we're going to take it from there. Okay, so here's the thing. And, I felt like I needed to call Miss Ravon Wells and tell her, y'all better get that money that y'all got over there in what you do when you go fund me or something. Get you some investigators that gonna go out there and hunt these people down, because they finna show you something. They're gonna show you something. So I watched them after they had the press conference when they first had court. And I'm with Benjamin Crump and everything that he said. I was very proud of him and Ravon and her husband, Rodney Mills. Very proud of them. But we as Black people, I'm just talking to the Black people right now. I'm sorry. It's just we always we have a forgiving heart. It's embedded in our DNA. It just is. That's why you see a lot of times, people singing Kumbaya and prayer. And I mean, we that's the way we are. So these animals that did this to Tyre, like I said, money or misidentity. Money or misidentity. They're trying to say it was a misidentity now. That's what they're trying to say. It was a misidentity. They was chasing, or they was after someone else. And they actually has caught the other person. If you guys heard it, put a 1 in the chat. But he got the butt end of the whole situation. He was at the wrong place at the wrong time. They did not know that they had caught the person that they were looking for. But it's kind of weird. Because also one of the attorneys is saying that he was driving reckless. And the video's going to show it. And he didn't put up his hands. Where's that video? Well, if your client didn't turn off his body cam, we would have it. But your officers, your client, turned off the body cam. Now you want everybody else to produce evidence. Or I guess there are other videos because the city got them, because there's cameras all through there. There's cameras all through there. Okay? So, hey, Lisa, I'm glad you're up in the building. Okay, so, because let me get into something, because I see somebody in the chat that, I mean, hey, it is what it is. They may know, they may not know. They in this kind of profession, so, they'll tell you if what I'm saying is true or what am I saying is a lie. Okay? So there's this thing. And I should have went ahead and tagged Mr. Rodney Wells so he can hear what I got to say. Because like I said, I was going to call him for myself. I might even just leave a voicemail because they just don't know. These people is crazy. So I heard that that the pictures, the 2 pictures that was taken, that was sent, that some people are saying is 5, but it was 6. All of that is not even going to be in court, you guys. And I believe it is not. I believe it is not. So when Benjamin Crump, somebody asked Benjamin Crump, did you get to see who they sent him to? Benjamin Crump said, no, they told us. Because I'm going to tell you something that I heard, and I went and checked it out for myself, and it is so true. Here we go. When officers has an internal investigation. Anything that they say while they're in that internal investigation cannot be used against them in court. And that's when the statements was said that he did make 2 pictures and sent them to 5 people. And the only way that they can use the pictures and who they sent them to, you'll never hear nothing about it, is if they're going to have to get the source from someone else. That's why when they're saying all the stuff that you guys are saying is false and bogus, because they could say what they want to say and they ain't going to show it to them. They ain't going to show them nothing. So Ben is only saying what they're saying. They're not going to show him who they sent him to. They're not going to tell him what the picture was. They're not. And you're not going to hear it in court. It's a thing called garrity. Okay? I know I pronounced it right because I looked it up. I told you I did some research. It's called garrity. That's what it's called when officers, it's G-A-A-R-I-T-Y. It rhymes with clarity. It's called garrity. That's when you under submission from being questioned from an internal investigation, and you're answering these questions forcefully to not lose your job, cannot be used against you in court. Because these people want to be like, I got rights. Well, Tyrese didn't have none. Look it up, you guys. Look it up if you think I'm lying. Look it up. All right, look it up. Yeah. And so if they cannot find that information from any of the individuals that received, or someone that you can't have a third party saying, well, he said, or I thought I seen. No. Where'd you get it at? You can't use it. You can't use it. And that is a big problem. Yes, there's a higher power. It will show up eventually. Well, we'll see. We will see. I had something, but it's on my other phone, so I can't play it. I was gonna share. This is gonna be a problem, you guys. We just were in a court case, and the evidence was very low. And everybody thought that they were gonna win. It was so upsetting. We couldn't even talk about it over here, and we're not. That's how upsetting it was. So upsetting. But you couldn't tell people nothing. I feel upset about what I heard. I feel upset because, that right there would be the nail in the coffin. These guys are saying, well, I only hit him 5 times and I only hit him 3 times. But you know what? At the end of the day, you're saying you're not guilty about killing this kid, and you didn't know that, his rights wasn't read to him. You didn't know what was going on, but you engaged in something without knowledge and turned off your body cam. So you went in premeditating that something wasn't going to be right. And if you had to cover it up, you was covering it up. But you got to remember, Mr. Preston, he didn't cover up. That's where y'all, that's where you messed up. Preston went in there and was showing what he did. Now, I've heard Preston got fired. He's fired, which is a good thing. They need to go to the next step and arrest him. I don't care if he gets a jaywalking ticket. They need to arrest him because had not him, I wish they stumped his A. You know, you throwing stuff like that in the atmosphere and they hearing it. So yeah, you part of the problem. You tased, yeah, or pepper sprayed. Yeah, you chased. You put the fear in that kid. And it makes me mad. Because I know without a doubt that sometimes, you guys, and I see it all the time, and I'm just going to say it, and I don't care who gets mad, Black people will friend a white person and act like they need to protect them. Oh, you want this done? Well, let me knock this person out. Oh, you want that done? Such and such, such and such. And I don't know who Preston is, but that's what I'm just saying. Oh, you want us to stomp him? Well, let's go stomp him. So you know what? You know, and it just makes me mad because I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I don't care who gets mad at me. You get mad at me for being real because, you know, like I said, you know, be mad at yourself. You want to live in La La Land, keep on living and being disappointed. I'm not shaken, moved, or memorized about what's going on. I know exactly how this world works, and that's the truth. So, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I ain't mad. I'm just saying it's like that. It's been like, it ain't nothing new. It's been like that since I've been in the world. My mama been in the world. My grandma been in the world. They always had slave masters, pets, and slave masters, leaders, and they always been of the same race, and they will put submission, oppression on the Black people. And we've been saying this for a long time, that we, you know, and people be like, well, it's a shame because it's our own color. Girl, sometimes I be like, girl, if you don't get at my face, you act like you new to this. See, there's this letter. I can't even remember what the letter is called, but it tells you how to keep African Americans suppressed. When the slaves had got freed, it told you what to do to keep them captive, even though that they were free. And they've been doing this for years and years and years. You do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. You make one over them. You divide them by saying this one is better than that one. And, oh, is that what it is? The Willy Letter? Yeah, you might be right, soldier girl. They've been doing it for years. And if you pay attention to it, that's all this is. And that Shirlene C.J. Davis, she needs to go to jail. I'm just saying, she does. She acting like she don't know this and she don't know that. And we were doing that little research, and some of you guys already knew because you guys were telling me, yeah, the Willy Lynch letter. Yeah. So if you don't know about it, read up on it, and then you tell me, come back and tell me I'm telling a lie. I'd be like, you must not read the same letter I read, because I know. But anyway, this CJ, she the one that created Red Dog in Atlanta. Y'all was telling me about it. But, you know, the funny thing about it was Red Dog, the letters in Red Dog means run each drug dealer out Georgia. And they didn't dismember that unit until an elderly 80, 90-year-old woman, I can't remember how old she was. She was definitely in her 80s or 90s, got killed in a botch raid under the Red Dog unit. So this lady, CJ, she has been the whole catalyst for all of this mess. And she got a daughter. She married and she got a daughter. And she making thousands. She's in the millions, I guarantee you. Her husband, he was in law enforcement too. And you know, she's a pretty girl. But she will take you out. She taught these guys how to go and terrorize people. That's what it is, terrorism. It's just straight terrorism. You ain't got to worry about Bin Laden. You ain't got to worry about Obama. Worry about C.J. Davis. Because if she come to your town, girl. Ooh, black people gonna be in trouble. She was on Oprah. She was rewarded most empowered woman, and this woman, everybody looking up to her like, yeah, she's this and she's that. She's this and she's that. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you why they're not going to tell you why those pictures, who got them and why they got them. They had no reason to have them unless it was bragging rights or it was bonuses. You feel me? One or the other. And if they let it come in, they're going to ask the people that got them, what was it to you? What was it to you? Why? Okay, let me just grab a name out the chat. Okay, Phyllis, I sent you a picture of this. Me stumping somebody's ASS. I'm gonna let it go in the court. It goes in the court. They're gonna call Phyllis on the stand and say, "What's Phyllis? Why did SP send you the picture?" Now Phyllis gonna have to say, well, you know, I just wanted to look at it. I get off on that. No. What are you going to say, Phyllis? Well, you know, we wanted to see who knocks some MF out. No. What are you going to say, Phyllis? Well, you know, they said he's done this before. What are you going to say? Only thing you can do is tear up some stuff, whatever you say. Because you wasn't at the arrest. Why share? Why share unless it's bragging or there's a bonus? Think about it. There's no reason to share. You're not asking for permission. You done did what you did. And he's toe up. Did you take the picture while he was dead? Because I know everybody talking about, oh, SP, you got the information wrong. He died 3 days later. No, he didn't, y'all. Come on now. They can't pronounce you dead there. You get to the hospital, they hook you up because this is a situation going. The doctor asked the mama, why you ain't here? He didn't wait 3 days and call her. He called her that same day. Why you ain't here? Her son wasn't dying. She even said it herself. She said, my son was already gone. And I'm going to tell you something. I had an 80 pass away on me when I was little. And I could tell you, she died right there in the house. They came in, hooked her up, and took off with her and went to the hospital, but she was already gone. They pronounced her dead at the hospital. That's just the way that works, you guys. You guys know. Quit acting like everybody got to tell you something. You know this. Don't get mad at me. Why are you mad at me? I I I always tell y'all, I learn from every situation I do. I learn. And so there's situations at work where everybody's mad at me. But you know what's so weird? I'm doing the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing. But why are you mad at me? Because I just look at him and keep going. I don't got no friend. I didn't come to work for friends. So you know what? I go to work. There's just, they come and borrow stuff from me and don't give it back or whatever. So, now I'm looking like I can't half do my own work because, I done been nice and shared my stuff, pens that I need, markers that I need to do my job. And I really actually do. And people be like, oh, you really need that? Yes, I do. Because I need to let people know I checked that or I removed that or replaced that or whatever. And I need to put my signature, my credentials there, and I need to put it in permanent. And they be like, oh, can I use it? And never bring my stuff back. So I go to somebody else and say, can I use your? They be like, girl, I ain't got none. So I had to go out today and buy me some more, little bit of equipment. And I guarantee you, I just gonna have to be stubborn. I can't let nobody use it. Cause I just refuse to look like I come to work unprepared. I felt like an butt last night. I don't care if they crying, rain, crap, and tears. I'm not gonna let you borrow any of my stuff. Go get your own. But I'm gonna tell you something. They sit back and get mad at you for doing the right thing. But we serve a good God, you guys. We don't serve this God over here in this world, walking to and fro, looking for someone to devour because you can. And I'm gonna be mad because I guarantee you know what I'm saying? I was telling somebody about the story about the Hebrew boys, and I can't remember what they was going through or whatever. It was just this weekend, you guys. And you know how people, they jump on the bandwagon, and I didn't jump on this bandwagon with this girl because she said, let me share something with you. I'm not going to go all into the details, but she said that she got a report from a patient that a big bald black man came in his room and threatened him. Now, there's only but one black man that works in our facility, big. Oh, they call him big, but he's not. He's 5'8". He just looks big to them because, he's black. But he's not black. He's brown skinned, and he's not bald. He's got hair. He just wears his hat and he wears his hair low or whatever. So they're trying to make an accusation that this is the guy that did this. Here's the problem. And they told it to me. Are you guys listening? I don't know if you guys listening because I really can't get too into the detail. But if you're listening, put a 1 in the chat and please let me know. Or, I just shut up. But, thank you, Sanja. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Thank you. Next level. God's child. Come on now. Come on, Cherie. Nancy. Gina. Sipping. Miss Philly G. So they told it to me. The person told it to me. And I said, girl, get out of here. Thank you. Come holler at her sister. I said, get out of here. She got mad because I said, go on with that crap. Don't be telling me no. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear. It don't even, you not even making sense. She got mad and was like, this is what's wrong with this place and da-da-da-da-da. And see, management don't take it to da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You guys understand what I'm saying? I basically told her to get out of here. I don't cuss people out. I just told her, take this somewhere else. I don't want to listen to it. You don't make no sense. The reason why I said this, you guys, because the person that she's talking about that made the allegation, the client, resident, or whatever you want to call him, he's mute. I'm gonna give it to you in a nutshell. He's mute. He can't even speak. So how in the world did he tell you a big black man came in his room and threatening him? And you want to know something weird? And I'm gonna tell you something. She didn't even know who she saying this about. That's my cousin. She almost got her whole cap lit. You know what I'm saying? She talking to the wrong person. You feel me? Yeah, he can't say one word. He can't even say hi. But he done explained all of this. And then got mad at me. So she started going through what I did and all this other stuff and all that. Yeah. Yeah, she done told the wrong person. Sometimes you got to shut your mouth. I don't care. I don't care what they say. You know, I can always find other things and stuff. But yeah, that I went through that in the last couple of days. And then, our favorite little resident, hey, cuss me out. And so, I felt like, yeah, this is too much. This is too much. So what I'm saying is everybody's mad at me. Now, at the end of the day, you're mad at me because I don't want to hear it. I don't believe you. You need to quit putting rumors out like that. And, yeah. You mad at me? Because I'm not going to share into this shenanigans. You know what I'm saying? You're mad at me because I don't believe you. I didn't say, ooh, girl, right. And we're going to talk about this person. That's how you get stuff all messed up. One thing that Ben Crump is trying to make sure that people quit trying to put something in the equation, which if it was the equation, they would have jumped on it. They would have. Think about it. That right there, I'm going to tell you, I don't believe Ben and them actually knows who. I know for a fact they don't know who Demetrius sent these pictures to. Point blank. And they're not going to know unless it comes from somewhere else. Scratch their butt and get glad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be surprised. But they're trying to make this case as less as possible for the damage process because it's going federal. They can check his phone records. Cole said they can check his phone records. Yeah. They're going to have to check. They're going to have to check. They're going to have to check. Their next court date is May the 1st. I'm hoping that when I look at my schedule in May, I'll be able to say, take off a couple of days. Somebody told me it's a Wednesday, so I need Tuesday off, Wednesday and Thursday. So, I'll probably work Sunday and Monday and work a 4-day next week to make it up or something. I don't know. Or have a small check or something. But if I think I can make it up there, hey, maybe we'll fly back or something. Maybe I would love to get down there. I really will. Everything deleted from your phone is not deleted. All right. Well, they won't get any parole in federal prison. Technology will have to come into existence. Like checkmate. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's called Garrity. Gaarity. You have to look it up. Garrity. And if anybody talks to the Wells, or you do have their number, and shoot, tell them to make sure that they get somebody on that, because they're not going to just hand it to them. They can't. It's against the law to hand it to them. So while they're sitting there talking about we're going to get it, they're not going to get it. They're not going to get it from them. And it's wasting time. It's wasting time. That's something in the last case we just looked at you don't have. Yeah, they're saying a swift investigation, swift proceedings and stuff. You got to get somebody on that now. Because the discovery, they're asking for discovery. What you got? They just sitting there talking about, well, we got the video. Let me tell you something. I love being Crump. I really do. But you need to bring your A game on this one, buddy. Yes, bring it. And I do respect him with everything. I believe that he understands how this works. But sometimes, like I said, you guys, even you might have somebody in your corner 100%. And I'm just saying, you still got to pay attention to the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You just can't hand them your troubles and think everything's going to be okay. You got to pay attention to what's going on. See, I seen people just hand their case to attorneys and they swear up and down, we're doing this and we're doing it. And it looked like they're running a good race. Their feet moving, just moving. But when it comes down to court time and they go in court, they come out crying. Crying for what? The attorney dropped the ball. Where's their evidence? Where's your evidence? Yes, look it up. Soldier Girl spelled it right. There it is. Gotta look it up. Yes, please do. Garrity. It's called Garrity. That's how you pronounce it. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick and see. Let me show you guys the definition of it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Definition of Garrity. Oh no. Oh Lord. That's how you pronounce it right there. Here we go. Let me see if this goes. Garrity. Garrity. Okay, we know how to pronounce it, but let's look. Okay. It says the basic premise of Garrity protection is a straightforward. First, an officer cannot be compelled by the threat of serious discipline to make statements that may be used in a subsequently criminal proceeding. Second, an officer cannot be terminated for refusing to waive his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So, like I said, those questions were asked while they were under investigation, internal affairs, And that's when those answers came out. I know because I read it for myself. What is the purpose of the guarantee warning? The guarantee warning advise subjects of their criminal. No, I don't want that. Let me go down a little bit more. So, anywho, I don't know if I can find it right now. I'm just not feeling good. I feel like crap. But you guys get the picture, right? You guys get the picture. Anybody got any questions, comments, concern? They can prosecute someone on hearsay or if they've been coerced to confess. Attorney get their evidence from us in the street, pillow talks, etc. Exactly, they do. That's where they get it from. And everything. There's some things you guys would be proud of me. Let me see. So Nancy has sent me a link, or Will Cody's voice. She has sent me a link, and it says, "This is my organization group page. Will you join and let the family know as well? I'll be joining in tonight. I finally have a day off." Okay, I am going to grab the link. If you want to join, you guys can join. If you don't, then you don't. But let me copy it. Copy the text. I will join, but she won't know who I am because I don't have Facebook. My husband do. And so, that's always going to be a secret. I'm always in her chat. But that's always going to be a secret. I'm going to put the link up there so you guys clip tray. I hope it works. There we. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. It ain't working. So let me go back and grab it again because I got to take out everything she wrote on there. Cause I got it. Oh, it won't let me do that. Okay. She gonna have to send it to me by itself without no texting on there because it's picking up everything and then it won't let me share it because it's too long. Yep. That's what's happening on there. It'd be too long. She should have made it a little shorter. Anyway, you guys, anybody got any? Okay, here we go. Hey, this is SP. Yes.
Hey, I was just wondering something. Yeah, this is like too far-fetched, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Has anybody looked into the police background as far as domestic violence or whatever? Because this young boy, he got beat down like a man beats on a woman, And I was just wondering, did anybody do any police background check on these guys? Because these are thugs. They're not guys. They're not men, they're thugs.
Well, some of them got some disciplinary things in their case as far as their job, but haven't seen nothing overwhelming come out yet.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to come, and if it don't come, then it's going to come out later. Because this boy, your man, he's been beat like somebody's wife, and it's not funny,
Right.
I'm just going back over the video, and that young boy was scared for his life.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was, and ain't no doubt in my mind that I don't know what the court proceeding is they're gonna do or whatever, but whatever Ben Crump is doing, go Ben Crump,
Right.
That's all I wanted to say. Hey, family, how y'all doing? So that's all I wanted to say, and you keep doing the good work, and I'm gonna go head back in the chat.
All righty.
All right, love you.
Love you.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I think I got it where I have copied. I had to cut. You guys make me work too dang hard. And then you'll be like, you didn't put it in the chat. Well, you ran in and ran out too quick. This is how you know people run in and run out. You ask them a question and they ain't there. You feel me? See, they want you to do something, but then they can't even stay. Where you at, We Hear Cody's Voice? Where you at? You in the building? We Hear Cody's Voice? Nancy, speak up. People like to eat and run. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe information will come out from Atlanta on the captain of the chaos. She knows how to cover up her tracks, but God, it's time to expose. Well, she looks nervous too. See, ain't nobody really saying her, ain't nobody pointing fingers at her. Hey, Patricia, how you doing? Ain't nobody pointing fingers at her. And they need to. Hey, this is SP.
Good afternoon, SP. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to hear your voice.
Hello, family. How is everybody doing? What we have to realize is, just as it was then, it is now. And as you stated and everyone else has said, I trust and pray that Ben Crump and them are operating from the mindset that they cannot depend on the prosecution totally or anyone surrounding that, the police to do the work for them. They need to go in heavily armed. We're talking about police officers. And please, don't nobody get offended. I'm speaking of those officers who showed us that they do not deserve to wear the badge at all. And I agree with the last call that I believe that they beat that young man. There was something that will probably never be said. I had heard and only heard that they made a mistake, that he was they were chasing someone else, and the young man that's saying, oh, he knocked my glasses off when they came up and said, are you sure this is the right person? And he said, yes. They never went back over the radio to say, we have the suspect. This is what I heard, man. That's not to be said is true. I think that we as the public, the little bit that we can do is to keep sounding the alarm. Everywhere we look around, the police, they're human. When they take off their clothes and take off the bags at the end of their shift, they're still human, and they endure things as well. Whatever these young men, when you create a team like that, it is for a certain purpose. And they feel they have the right to go into these communities and tear these people up because that's what they were hired to do. Kill, steal, and destroy.
Right.
She making good money, but where's all of her money coming from? You done been in North Carolina. You done been, these are high crime areas. You've been in North Carolina, Atlanta, and now you have a track record.
Yeah. And every one of these states, she organized some kind of group.
Some kind of mass group, like attack group.
Yeah.
And they only answer to her.
And she done got awarded over and over again about the wonderful work they have done.
Because the work appears to be, when it worked, it worked. Let's be clear. When it worked, it worked. This time it didn't work because you worked it on the wrong person. You worked it on, when it was the right people, it worked.
Right.
Everybody was clapping their hands. Yes, we got our neighborhood back. But did they do an investigate? Okay, we stopped this car. This car is such and such, a tag number so and so. They didn't wait for any of that. They stopped the car, pulled the boy out the car. From what we could see.
Right.
He studied, asked him, what's going on? So we have to be our own police. We have to police our own selves because ain't nobody gonna do it for us.
Mm-hmm.
And so that everybody understand, I have a police in my family. But I tell that person every day, when you go out, remember, treat that person, unless your life is in danger, treat that person as you would want somebody to treat you. I don't even say your family, because sometimes you're in your family and getting along.
Yeah. But like, there's some people that think that getting hit or something, like, that's love. So they want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do. And you have people like that. They think if you're not talking to them a certain way or treating them a certain way, you don't love them. I get what you're saying. I hope I picked up on what you were saying.
Yeah.
That's not true. It starts at home. Everything starts at home. When you look at this young man, he looks like he could be, very, you know how they say, oh, he's just shy. But in his shyness, he got a lot of devilish, I'm going to use the word devilish things going on in his mind. That's not the correct word I want right now, but I'll use that for now. And people ignore, oh, he's just quiet.
Naive.
Naive, yeah. He done killed 5 cats down the street and shot the dog. And then you find all of this stuff out later. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not just, it's, when we, I'm speaking of we as people, stop turning our heads to stuff. As a child is, as he grows, he will become. So these boys didn't just become, they could be on that tag team like that because it's in them. They have no remorse for going and beating somebody, stomping somebody, kicking. They have no remorse for that. No. And mad. Nobody said, hey, man, I think that's enough. Nobody. 10, 12 people standing out there.
And still standing there talking about they not guilty.
And there's nothing to justify. There's nothing in this young. See, now, here's the thing. If you really, really want to make sure they stay where they are, go back, like someone just go back in their history. How many times have you pulled police? Okay, just because these people have a record, that don't give you a right to stop them and they kill you. What did you take off of them? Because, see, this is what the criminals need to do. Well, yeah, when they pulled me over, I'm already locked up, so ain't no need me trying to protect myself. When they pulled me over, I had a pound of weed. But when they checked me in, I ain't hear nothing about no weed. Use that as an example. So I know somebody probably said, what did she say? Yeah, if they already done got the charge, so go ahead and tell the truth. They pulled me over. Really doing anything, but when they pulled me over, yes, I had a gun and I had some weed. But guess what? When you go back and look at the record, you don't see nothing about weed and a gun.
Right.
But you see them beat up.
Right.
He worked in the prison. The lead person to me, he worked in the prison, beat this boy. That's not what we want. But you said the Willy Letter. Read it.
Yeah.
The people who get us is us.
Yeah. Because they're the closest to us.
You said it. Right?
They know our ins, our outs, our emotions, everything. They know. They know what we're going to say because they got kids. They got parents, So they know where you go when you get a bag of weed. They know where you go, how you act or who's, you're going to get on the phone. You're going to get on TikTok. They know because they got kids. They all, they're in the surroundings, so they know. Like, you're not going to know. Like right now, I got a friend and I don't know what she do after work. I have no clue. Do she go to sleep? Does she go out to eat? Whatever. I have no clue because she lives in a whole different environment. But even like, I don't have to live in your environment, but since we are of the same race, I could say, you know what? You probably, yeah, I have an idea. So if I wanted to hunt you down, I could say she probably goes home and start cooking a meal. And so you could probably find her there. Because that's what she does. Because I know, because I see how we think and all of this, Who
could better, SB, who could better police us but us?
Right.
You can't, like you said, ain't nobody come in and police us but us. But if you notice, they don't put them in their community. Because
even though that we're different race, we don't think alike. We don't look alike. We don't act alike. We were raised in different environments. And so we're not even going to act alike. Like I get fired from a job. Shoot. Okay, this is what I told my mom one time. She was asking me, why did I build over here, have my house over here? I said, Mom, and I just being honest with you. I said, Mom, if I did it on the black side of town, when I lose a job, my next door neighbor, I might want to just go drink a drink or whatever, smoke a smoke or whatever. But over here, don't nobody know me. So when I go out to cut my grass, they at work, I'm gonna feel some kind of way. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna probably go look for me another job because I got no friends over here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They don't do what we would do. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying
I'm not either.
That's not what I want for my children. It's only me. So I didn't have someone to pick up the pieces. I had to be 100 all the time. Lose a job, get a job. Lose a job, get a job. I didn't have time to think about it.
Right, exactly. And it's so we had passed it in history, but it's so where we've come from and who we are. Oh master, they went down that way and they gonna meet by the river. It's nothing has changed.
Right.
And we are our own worst enemy.
We are.
We will, and then we wonder why people don't fight with us or fight for us. We don't fight with us or fight for ourselves.
It's girl.
We do see this boy. We see this. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're right, girl. You just a flashback came in my face. You go.
We see this young man. Now listen, I'm not saying all our kids are good because they're not.
Yeah, they're not.
But that's because we did this. What I said this to some people the other day, and they looked at me. I said, "Hey, don't get mad at me. It's true. When we were children, I didn't gonna treat my kids like my mother treated me. I'm not gonna. You can't say 2 words to these kids before they ready to tear your head off.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that. We couldn't cuss at the neighbor or cuss in front of the neighbor. We have our kids nowadays have no anything respect for no one. But this young man came from a total, first of all, I knew something was different about him. Let's talk about the young man. He was different in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm only going, I do not know him. So I don't know this young man. But when I looked at the reflections of him, he came. I knew he didn't come from Memphis.
His spirit is wholesome.
It's totally different. Nice and open and free and and I'm not saying anyone from down there don't skateboard, but I mean as free as he skateboarded and the pictures that he took. Oh my God.
You know what told me that this boy was different? When the mama said he would walk in and say, "Good morning, parents."
Yeah.
And I was like,
our kids will say, "Pops, Mom, that's not a," and I feel like he had a special mindset. He was just special. He was very special. High functional special, but he was very special. He could function, but there were things that he, like very childish, innocent like. If you understand what I'm saying. Like some people, it's obvious that you can see they need help. He was not that kind of person. He was functional, but there was like his brother said, I saw an interview of his brother, and his brother said, "I would have been fighting. They wouldn't have done that to me."
Yeah. He was innocent.
Yeah, he was very innocent, childlike mindset. You could see like when he got up to run, he was really like, if I could just make it to Mom.
Yeah.
We take that lightly, but all kids, even the ones that did, they didn't deserve that.
Right.
You had his car. If he had done something, first of all, y'all should have stood back and laughed. Where do you think he wanted to? When he got his car. But you knew from that alone. Let's look at that. You saw the innocence. When I saw his pictures, I said, "My God, this Lord, I believe I stand with his mother. God sent him for a purpose to reveal where we still are."
Yeah.
You had his car. He jumped. He got away from y'all. However he got away, thank you for a brief moment. He could breathe. But you had his car. So what was your real intent? You had his car. You had everything that you needed to find him. You didn't even have to find him that day because whatever the call was, I can't remember. If they were looking for someone, I understand. But whatever the call was, did anybody go back over the radio and say, "Hey, listen, we got a suspect"? Because it was my understanding that the suspect they were looking for, they found him.
Right.
You killed this young man for what purpose? And see, here you go. And first thing we want to say, "Oh, a woman." Well, no, then you look at the picture, he wasn't even into us. So now you done got that narrative wrong.
Right.
He didn't grow up there. So now you're going to try to have to plant some stuff on him. Hello. Let's act like we don't act like you don't. Now you're going to try to plant this narrative that he had for drugs. When you know very well, you can't do that because his mother tell you he didn't grow up here.
Yeah, or he was drunk.
We don't know, or he was. We don't know how long he's been there. We don't know how long he was down there. We don't know how long he's been there with his mother, and that's here nor there. But his roots weren't there.
Right.
But he's in the grave because of your whatever you needed to meet your quota. And the chief of police, she needs to be fired.
Yeah.
Put in her jacket not to be hired ever again.
Yeah.
Because she sets up, I gotta thank you, Lord. She sets up these suicide squads for a reason. That's how I see it. It's a suicide squad. Let's go in and kill. See how many of our people we can take out. Who thinks of that?
Right.
What happens when it's your daughter or son?
Right.
That they pull over and they don't look and see that it's your daughter or son. And before you know it, you're being told, "Come to the morgue." Because they didn't look to see it was your daughter or your son. That's how we have to stop. We have to stop accepting he should have been. No, he shouldn't have been nothing. He was driving his car.
Yeah.
Minding his business.
Yeah.
Even the ones that do wrong, we don't expect them to go in a body bag. Why? Why are they in a body bag? That's what the jail is for. Let them serve their time.
Right.
But you only do it to us. We only do it to ourselves. Why? That's my only question. Why? I'm so sad to hear the things that you just said, because I just believe, and I don't know why I believe this. It's just I don't think that they're going to get the time that we want. I don't think they're going to serve the time that we want.
Yeah.
If they serve any.
Yeah. I don't know. They're coming up with all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I haven't spoken with you in a while. I'm off today, so I was able to catch the show.
Well, thank you.
Family, and I hope all is well with everyone. And I'm going to go jump back down there into the shop.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. That was Come Holla at a Sister. She let you know what she was feeling and what she sees and what she believes. And so, you know, we're going to watch this play out. But almost every day is going to be something new. I did want to talk about another story, but I don't want to always put one on top of the other one right now. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. If I feel a little bit better, you know, I'm not going to make no promises, you guys. Okay. Anybody else got anything? We're an hour and 11 minutes, so we are over our time. I just hope this family stay on it, because I can see this going left really quick. These attorneys that they have is from the police force, and they know how all of this works. And that doesn't mean anything. Don't get upset, because the police, that's in their contract to represent these people. That's in their contract. They got in trouble while doing their job, and they're trying to say that they were doing their job, when all reality in all reality, they were doing more stuff than what they needed. They was doing too much. But anyway, I do have a video. We'll watch it this coming Wednesday. I don't have no classes this week that I know of so far. So we'll watch it Wednesday. I'm going to get some stuff up and together and going or running or whatever. And because I got some stuff. Even in one of the news report, they were talking to one of the attorneys for the officers, and they were talking to Emmett III's attorney, and he said, the lady said, they want to lose all the evidence. I said, did she just say they want to lose all the evidence? Man, these people are something else. See, the Lord will show you exactly what they really want. But if you sitting there talking about, I want to preserve all the evidence, and the lady says, you want them to lose all the evidence, and then the guy was like, yeah, that's right. I said, Lord, did I just hear what she just said? Or did I had to go back and play it again? But that's what she said. They want to lose it. And then they sitting there talking about, no, we want to preserve all the evidence. We want to preserve all it. If you wanted to preserve it, you should have told your client to have that body cam on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here and go back and get me some more rest. I do got to do 12, 13, 14, 15 hours tonight. And I will see you guys Wednesday. All right? Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.